We're here with a man whose name I cannot pronounce, so I'm not even going to attempt. Would you like to introduce yourself, tell us who you are and what you do?
Yeah, hi, so my name's Geraint Thomas. I run a company called Guided Innovation.
Cool. What does it do? Tell us a little bit about what it does.
All right, we're a fantastic company. We are really passionate about social care digitalising. So we offer free advice to care leaders who are looking to solve their problems with cool tech. If they take that free advice, hopefully they might procure our services to then implement that technology across their company.
So you've got a kind of, you're a partner of the care show like we are,
Yep.
a purple stand. People are coming and they can go to your stand and go, I need a X, and then you'll help direct them to the right companies.
It's the coolest thing the Care Show has done for years. So one of the problems with the Care Show has always been, I invite care companies to come and visit, and then I ask them how did it go, and they go, I got stuck speaking to a salesperson that I didn't even want to buy their system, but they were so nice. And they go quite confused. So this year we have the Technology Concierge Lounge. Anybody can come up to us and say, hi, we're looking for technology to keep my staff retained and happy. We're looking to reduce falls. We're looking to help with medication errors. And we offer independent advice. We have learned every company in this massive building. And we will walk you around the stands that you really need to see before going home. So yeah, fantastic service.
Lovely. So you've been speaking today. What have you been speaking about?
We did a fantastic talk today. We kind of ranked software products based on staff well-being.
Okay.
So if you are trying to help your staff with mental well-being, help your staff with the cost of living crisis right now, then we kind of rank the kind of products you might want to think of procuring specifically with that goal. Not to say there's anything negative about other systems. Technology is a fantastic solution because, you know, risk reduction, quality increase, but specifically the talk was, and it was a bit cheesy, we did a kind of higher and lower, you know, which products have higher or lower benefits for staff. And yeah, well received.
Lovely, okay. So around that stuff then, like which products are good? Like who should, if you're coming and you're looking for stuff, who should we be looking at?
All right, let me tell you three things straight off the bat. You've probably digitalized your HR and payroll. If you haven't, do it. Massive simple benefits, and I refer to it as firm foundations. You can now build on that.
Yeah.
What's your first brick you lay after that?
Back to that one, I don't understand how companies can function without payroll, rotoring. How do you do it? Like, so I've got a coffee shop and I have 10 staff in a coffee shop. Without a digital system which does the rotoring, I don't know what on earth I'd do, because really people can swap shifts and I'm like, how do you do it for a care home that employs 60 people? It's nuts.
A message to anybody that's viewing this. Excel is not a digital solution. It might be digital, but please, if you're using Excel and things like that, there's something better out there, and they're not necessarily expensive. So please do that first.
Yeah.
Second, electronic rostering.
Okay.
You've probably heard of this. It's been around a while now. Instant benefit. It's one of the only digital solutions you can buy that will pay for itself in the first year. The return on investment on a rostering system is phenomenal. First year will pay for itself at least, with multipliers up to 3-4 times. So please procure a rostering system next. And then the one that no one's heard of, salary drawdown solutions.
Okay.
Now this was really interesting. It allows people, staff, carers, some of the lowest paid people in the UK, to access their wage before payday.
Okay.
I heard the gasp. But there's a way of doing this right. Sadly, so many carers rely on payday loans. It's the sad truth. A salary drawdown solution attaches to your rostering system and your payroll system. Guess why I say do this third?
Yeah.
It will show you on an app how much you've earned on shift. You can press a button, pay £1.60, and that shift's money goes straight into your account.
Yeah.
Now, please don't turn this on for the whole salary. From day one, let me recommend this. Turn it on for overtime shifts.
Okay.
Every overtime shift you work becomes available to cash in before you leave your shift. There are 3 types of care worker that you'll have in your organisation. Those that won't touch it with a barge pole because they feel like, why should I pay to get my money? I'll wait. That's fine. The second group are ones that won't generally use it, but the car fails the MOT, they break their glasses, the washing machine's packed in, they need cash quickly, they will turn to payday loans or friends. Instead, they can work a weekend, cash that money in straight away and pay for it. Those people will really value this kind of technology. And then the third ones are my favourite. They're your staff that are going to go ow on a Friday. Prolific users of this technology. Yeah. They will work late on a Wednesday, a Thursday, a Friday, and they'll just cash it in quite happily to go out. Work-life balance for your staff, really important. So, buy those 3 products. It will attract staff. Staff are getting younger and younger year on year. It really attracts and retains those staff. So, great question. Buy those 3 products.
Nice. Okay, perfect. So, well, I'd say one tip then. Do you have a different tip? No, great tips.
Yeah, look, let me go away from what I do for a living. This is something that I have tried and tested 100 times in social care when I've helped them. You've got amazing staff. Lots of care companies are good at managing their staff, but not many are really good at looking after their staff. So let me give you this one tip, please. If you see a member of staff is starting to be late for shifts, not smiling as much, tired, not interacting with their friends as much, if you pick up on any of these things, without delay, take them for a coffee. Really simple. Don't book in a one-to-one. Don't have the coffee in the care environment. Go to a coffee house nearby, outside of it. Just take them for the coffee. The amount that I have seen come out of people when you do that, you will solve that so much quicker and so much better. Take staff for coffees.
Nice, perfect. Right, so thank you for joining us.
No,
we are now going to add someone else. Someone else is going to come in and join us. A man, the legend. That is Mr. Daniel Casson. Hello.
Can't let this go without seeing.
So, Daniel, you've asked to join us. Yeah, I guess you've got some good things to say about this gentleman here. Hello, how are you doing?
I'm doing very well. I just thought, no, because I've been working with Geraint for the past 6 months or so, and honestly, it's opened my eyes to so many things. So we just love working together because we've both got an independent view on what's happening in the sector. To say we want to do so much, there's so much potential here, and we just want people talking and innovating, doing new things, and not being afraid to take things on. And that's some of the atmosphere I'm getting from here today. Is that people are ready for that message?
Yeah, most definitely. So for anybody who doesn't know Daniel Casson, he is a bit of a legend in the sector already. Been around for a while, but what Daniel's so fantastic at doing is inspiring people through the use of technology. Please engage him whenever possible because he's going to really nail that. And you're right, Daniel. Hasn't it been fun? The sector, like I said earlier, we've got this concierge technology lounge. People are coming to us and saying, I'm at the care show today to buy care tech. And I've never heard it said more often than I have at this show today.
And we're guiding them. I mean,
yes.
So guided innovation, guiding people to where they need to be. And he talks about me as a legend. I've learned so much off Geraint because he's got the real knowledge. I just add little bits of cherry on the top. And that's why we both work on the care tech guide.
Yeah. Do you feel like there's we've been through some interesting times in the last sort of 5 years in the care sector. We've had the sort of COVID times, it's still here. We've had energy crisis and it's still here. Recruitment crisis, still here. Is the wind changing? Is there something new? Like you're saying, people are coming and saying, we are buying care planning software, we are buying it. Do you feel like there's a change?
There is a massive change. People are ready for new technology. What I'm seeing is, though, we're seeing parts of the market really taking off. We still need to grapple with the issue of people who are publicly funded, local authority people, accessing the best quality of care. And I think that's still an issue for the sector. We're dealing with a lot of people who take on new technology and bring new ways of caring. I think the message needs to be across the whole sector, not just parts that we're seeing. I mean, is that fair?
Yeah, absolutely. It has fundamentally changed. Conversations I've had with people who lead the sector and run care operations, they used to say, why do I need to digitalise? And things like that. But now the dialogue is, where do I start? What's good, bad, ugly? What could go wrong? How do I implement this?
But what we're starting to do is we're trying to prove the value of it.
Yes. Yes, it's all about proving that value. And the stakeholders that Daniel just spoke about, some people get it and they've got funding and budget and they can do it on their own. Others are tentative, cautious. They're the ones that need the support.
I don't think it's like you said, I'd never really thought about that idea of bringing in an organisation to help with that change. I think you and me have had multiple conversations in the past about, great, this software comes in, but if you don't implement it properly, you might as well not even have it. In fact, it probably makes your business worse because you've just got this thing that's costing you a load of money
and it's sitting in a room somewhere.
The data's not there, half of the people are not using it, So actually, organisations that fill that gap and help companies, and whether that's one single care home or a group of 10 or a group of 50, I think you need dedicated people thinking about that change management.
I've got a question for Geraint here. So when you and Blythe set up Guided Innovation, did you see that need? Did you see the mushrooming of possibilities in care tech?
So I was a bit naive, a bit cautious. When I set up Guided Innovation, I set it up to inspire the sector to digitalise. And I said to myself when I did it, Geraint, the day the sector wakes up and realises it needs to digitalise, my company ceases to exist. I couldn't be more wrong.
This is a turkey voting for Christmas here.
What?
I mean, the next thing that's going to come along, once everybody, we're mandated now, right, by 2025 to have care plans.
Yeah, definitely.
So once that's done, then there'll be, we picked the wrong one, let's change.
It's not quite mandated. The target is by March 2024 to have 80% of care providers with digital care plans. Okay, that's where we've got to get to.
But we need, not benefits around sensors, not benefits around medication administration, not benefits about robotics.
What's changing? Sorry, we like to talk about. What's changing is the fact that people are seeing not implementing new technology. That's one side. It's actually changing the way we work. It's actually now we're seeing the benefits. Digital care planning, for example, is not just doing digitally what you used to do analogically. It's actually changing how you can work. You can be more predictive. You can plan people's day. You can actually take burden off the health sector by creating better quality of life, better ongoing conditions for people. And that's what we're seeing, a real step change now.
It can be easy to forget that when we talk about technology, that this ultimately is to give people who need to use care services a better outcome.
Well, not just people who need to use care services. Sorry, Geraint. People who need to use, it's people actually doing the caring. So whether unpaid carers, professional carers, care teams, management teams, it's them that are also benefiting as well. We look at technology and how people are recruiting, saying we're technology based here, and that's bringing a new cadre of people into, I don't talk about the care sector, Adam Pennell told me not to talk about the care sector, we're not a sector, we're a community, into the care community.
Love that. Love it. A massive piece of advice to kind of sum this up is, if you procure a technology, install it, turn it on, put data in it, train my staff, that's not going live on a piece of technology. You're not live until you have reimagined the way you deliver care, your internal processes, your models of care.
Exactly,
now that you're equipped with that tech, now you're equipped with EMR, rostering, care planning, robotics, sensors, reimagine.
Can I tell you one thing? We're in the States. I was in the States with Vic Rayner and Katie Thorne, and we saw them implementing butler robots in restaurants. Butler robots. And they said, what we did was we had a whole process change management piece about it, how that was changing, how the whole catering section worked. Not just robots picking up plates to take them back to the kitchen. No, this was people empowering themselves to take more control over their own nutrition as well.
Those robots. There's a teenage boy in me that just wants to trip it up or run in front of it and make stuff fall off. I cannot, just overwhelmed.
You just
with
tried.
an urge to just mess about with it when it's driving around. I'm like, I'm going to do something.
When the devil on your shoulder wins and you start doing that, ring me, I'm with you.
I'm with you.
Totally with you.
I
want that bit of mischief. We want mischief in care in technology.
I was at an event and there was one driving around with gin on it, and I just kept walking in front of it, seeing if the gin would fall over. This is not very grown up. No, it didn't. No, it was very good.
The inner York. I think we should. You know what we need to do? In providers we're talking to, we need to say, could you awaken the inner York inside you?
The inner York.
The inner York. Yeah. That mischievous little young lad that wants to actually do things to see if does this work, and then test us.
Yeah.
So let's do it. Revive the inner York in you.
But the inner York, as a young boy, is also up for breaking things. They're up for trial and error.
Yes. We like it. We've got
Social care doesn't like trial and error.
Let's go.
Brilliant.
Well, thank you very much for coming, chaps. It's lovely to see you.